Most impactful mods for Toyota Tacoma Newbies. Well, good morning, everybody. How are you today? Pretty good here. So what are the most impactful mods if you're a new Toyota Tacoma owner? You know, let's assume, first of all, that you've already done the lift and the wheels and the tires, because let's face it, that's something that screams to be done with the Toyota Tacoma, and a lot of people do that. But after you've spent the money and done that, what's next? Well, we're going to concentrate on the front end, because that's the area that you're going to see most of the time when you're walking out to the truck, right? And that's the area that everybody else is going to see if you're concerned about that. So I'm going to use my truck, of course, as an example here. And the first thing that always pops out for me on my truck is the Toyota lettering, right? I mean, it's in this pewter color, I guess, and that's because I have the TRD Pro Grille. I think that that's one of the first things to do, and I know everybody does it, but everybody does it because it looks so good on the Toyota Tacoma, right? Now, you don't have to get the OEM version, right? You're going to pay a fortune for that. There are knockoffs all over the place, and in my opinion, they are just as good. I've had 2 or 3 of those before on my other trucks, particularly on the 2018. It was just a knockoff grill, and it looked just like the OEM for about 1/3 the cost, maybe 1/4 the cost. So there's no reason to go out and buy the OEM version when you've got plenty of other alternatives out there. Next up, the lighting. You know, I changed out my fog lights to smoked. Now, what they looked like before, I'll show you actually on my wife's Jeep so you can kind of get an idea. They look like this, just clear. And you could see the chrome, you know, reflecting behind. Much better look, I think, with the tinted version. You guys can see there, it gives it a nice subtle look. We don't really have that chrome popping through here. Now, these are LEDs, of course, but they look awesome, and you can get these from Sparks Parts. They sell them. They're actually the same ones that go on the Toyota Tundra. Next up, I gotta look underneath a little bit. A couple of things going on under here. We've got the TRD skid plate, you guys can see under there. And I did go with the blue inlays as far as the lettering goes. I think that looks just awesome going down the road, right? You can see that, it pops, it matches the truck, and it does serve a purpose. Really, the TRD skid plate is pretty beefy. It's a pretty thick, for what skid plates are, material, and it'll help protect everything up underneath there. But why not have it look good while you're at it? Now, I will tell you, these are not cheap. They are rather costly, and they are heavy. Not too difficult to install, but helps to have 2 hands if you're going to do the job. Now, while we're under here, of course, you can see the shackles, or D-rings, whatever you want to call them, attached on each side. I did go with the Demon mount brackets to be able to put those on. And that involves removing the tow hook, the little tie-down area, I guess, that was over here on the passenger side. Not a big deal. You just unbolt that, fit the Demon brackets on. They're just bolt-on. Pretty substantial, I think. And then, of course, the D-rings. Mine are painted. I did get some voodoo blue paint to go ahead and paint those. Now, strangely enough, and I've had people ask me before, where do you get your paint? Walmart. It actually comes, I believe, from a Toyota parts supplier, which you could go to as well. But they're sold through Walmart, and they have all the different colors, not just voodoo blue. So if you're looking for something else, you can certainly go ahead and get whatever color your truck is or whatever you want to have. They do come in a bunch of different colors as well. These were originally, I think they were either red or black. I don't really recall. I think red is what they were. But pretty impactful for the Tacoma, I think. This looks awesome going down the road. And I get all kinds of compliments about this. So I think it's pretty darn cool. Of course, going back up to the top, I do have the stone and bug deflector on here. Oop, we have a bee that's joined us. You know, I didn't really intend for this to be any kind of an aesthetic value or addition to the truck, but I gotta say, once I put it on there, it does look pretty cool on the truck. It actually adds to the front appeal, I think. A pretty impactful mod when it comes to aesthetics. Now, there are some people that don't care for it, don't like it, and that's okay, because again, if we all did the same things, it'd be pretty darn boring, wouldn't it? Now, next up, we're going to take a look at the mirrors. This is something I tried and really wasn't sure how it would turn out, but frankly, since I did it, I really like it. And of course, I'm talking about the black mirrors. These were blue, obviously, when they came with the truck. They serve no useful purpose, which most of these really don't. Well, some of them. But they look awesome, and they kind of help break up the color of the truck a little bit. Now, obviously, if you've got a black truck, you probably already have black mirrors, and for you, it really wouldn't make any difference. But any other color, and I can't think of any color that it wouldn't look good on. You know, red, silver, gray, anything out there. They really look good on the side of the truck, I think. And a pretty simple install. You do have to be careful, but they do just pop off. You can do it by hand, which is how I'd recommend doing it. They just pop off, and then you just pop on the new ones. Now, when I say just pop off, it does take a little more effort than that. You kind of have to finagle it a little bit. You're going to hear a little bit of cracking and noises and creaking and stuff, but just be careful. Last thing you want to do is break your mirror or break your cover. So that is kind of the whole look of the front end. I do have a light bar in there, and I do think that looks pretty cool. Of course, you can see it through the truck. Obviously, if it were dark outside and you turned it on, it would be much more impactful than just looking at it in the daylight. And then if anybody's wondering, these are those Raptor style LED lights that I have in the Grille. Traditionally, you would have 3, I guess, but I do have the camera here, so I didn't really want to put 3. I have seen people put 4, 2 on each side of the camera, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. That's a pretty cool look too, and to be honest, had I been aware of that when I did that mod, I probably would have gone with 2 on each side for a total of 4. I just think it looks a little bit cooler all lit up. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of run through. I get questions, and I see a lot of people asking questions. A lot of new people, you know, hey, I've done my lift, my wheels and tires. What should I do next? Well, I would tackle the front end, because again, that's the area that's probably going to be most impactful to you, and of course to anybody else that's out there, because that's what they're going to see first. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. What do you think of these mods? Are they impactful? Do they improve the front of the truck? Or would you just say, nah? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, if you're interested, check out my other channel. It is RobMotive JT, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator sitting right out there. Also, don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.